Sunset Boulevard.
Wednesday night, that must mean it's packed. It also means that my green screen screwed up somehow, and you guys are able to see behind the scenes there a little bit. See if I can try to fix that, because that you don't need to see. I guess you can't. So we're going to look at half a green screen, half a thing until I can fix my picture, which is just wrong. But anyway, hey, the stuff on the green screen right now is very important. We've got a very, very, very important guest that's going to be joining us here in a little bit. And excuse my language. You guys know I don't usually do this. This shit just turned real. All right. We've lost another one. We've lost a friend to a friend. So that means we lost a friend. Most importantly, we lost a hero. Okay. Brian's going to tell you about it. JR mentioned a couple weeks ago that the number's up to 44 a day. Veteran suicide, it's just, folks, we got to do something. And we've got Brian with us tonight. He's got a program that's really going to make a difference. We need you guys to understand that this is real. This is no longer, hey, it's no longer, 22 a day. Yay. It's a great program. It's a great, no, this is real. We're losing too many heroes. That also goes along with, finding the happy place. Look, 22 or 44 heroes. That's 1% of the world of our community. It's 1% that goes and holds up their right hand and says, I'm going to serve my company. I'll put my ass on the line for you. That means we have 99% of the rest of the world or the rest of society that is there, that is going to, imagine what the numbers are. I mean, just think about it. Okay. Look, we know we're very veteran centric. We know that we really focus on the heroes. But the truth is that I am a patriot. I love my country. And I especially love our heroes. That's the reason why we're asking you to join us. Segue. We're asking you to join us on October 26th. October 26th is, remember, everyone deployed, or every Day of the Deployed. I know what it is. I promise. It's Day of the Deployed. Okay. We are not in any current military hotspots, supposedly, right now, but we do still have people who are away from their home. I don't care if you're in Colorado Springs and you're from Georgia, you're still deployed away from your family. There's still things that we can do to make lives easier, to make lives better. So let's get this together. What we're asking you to do is, if you can do it, put together a care package. Put together something. Think to yourself, wow, what is comfortable for me? If you're a female, what is comfortable for me? Okay, some of those nice slipper socks and nice lotions, things that make you comfortable. Find a little box, put them in there, and if you need a name, ask us, because we're asking people to send us names of people that you would like to send care packages to. Let's work together. Let's get some packages sent to some of our great heroes who are taking time out of their own schedule, taking time away from their family and serving our country. We say this all the time. You don't have to like the government, but you need to respect the people that are working for our values. Okay? Our kids that are serving, they're not our government. They're kids like you and I. Behind us, we've got the finally 5th annual Chili Cook-Off and Poker for Pediatrics. We added the Poker for Pediatrics because, well, why not? I had 2 years to think about it before I put the 5th year. You know, it only took 7 years to get to 5 years. So, you know, we did what we do. We went with the times and we decided to try to do something new. So we've made it very easy. Okay. You look at this one right here, this QR code right here. This is our website. This is the website for the event. Scan this one. It's going to be up behind me for the whole show, most of the show. It's going to be up behind me for that. So scan this one here and you can go to the web page and get caught up on everything. You go to this one right here, and this is where you can do one of 3 things. Okay. Enter your chili. You think you got the best chili in Northern Colorado? I challenge you. I challenge you right now, and I will challenge you. So, but you think that you're the best poker player in Colorado? Come on and prove it. We're going to have our sponsors in the gold level that are going to be the dealers. So, companies, sponsor what we're doing. We want to raise $7,000 to take to all 8 of the hospitals books, games, religious literature, art supplies, stuff like this, stuff that we can still get into the hospitals. Okay. We can't take in teddy bears anymore. They're just not allowing it. So, you know, this COVID thing, it's not gone. It's under control a little bit, but I just had a dear friend who suffered with it the other day. So it's still there. Okay. There's still problems with it. So we ask you to join us on November 13th at our great friends, Key Largo Lounge, as we take and we bring back the Chili Cook-Off, Toy Drive, and Poker for Pediatrics. JR still needs your help to help other to help veterans in Florida after Ian. I always want to say Ian, but it's Ian. JR is still working to try to help. Where did I go? JR is still working to try to help our heroes that are aging or disabled. No veteran who served in World War I is in his 90s should be out there trying to remove an oak tree from their home. Help JR out. Go to our website and you can find out how to do it. And why do I have, that's interesting. I've got tomorrow's show information up right now, so I guess I can't donate that or do that. But right here is the information. If you want to donate to JR to help him help our veterans rebuild after Ian, right below us is where you can take and donate money. Do not send us money, because if you send us money to send to them, that means that we're taking in money. We have to pay the charge for it. And then we have to send it to them and we have to pay their charge for it. So that's just too many charges. Go to www.give. Where the hell did I go? Give, send, and go. And I hope that... Okay. Brian, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay. All right. Well, for right now, since apparently my internet is going through hell, what I'm going to do is you're going to get to look at that stoic face there as I bring on my guest today, Mr. Brian Gibson. Brian, hello, my friend. And sorry for all the funny stuff that's going on.
Brother, don't apologize. It's called technology.
Yeah. So, how did Hope Stock go? I haven't had that chance to really talk to you about Hope Stock.
Well, Hope Stock went. We actually, with the guests that we had there, Jason Dunn, Daniel Michelle Faust, We actually got one veteran to go to Christ, and we actually saved a veteran's marriage. So I'm happy. Could we had a better turnout? Of course, but we do this every year.
Yeah. It's time to start working on next year.
Yeah, we already are.
So, one of the things that we always say that I love telling people, Brian, is that it's one of the, and I know you feel this way too, is that there's a lot of times that we who deal with nonprofits. I am not a nonprofit, you are, but there's a lot of times when people ask, "Is it successful?" It's hard a lot of times for us to say yes when we look at the pocketbook and it's like there's nothing that really came from there. But what you said right there proves that it was very successful. You had two people that you made a drastic change in their life. And I think that is more than commendable because that is the mission, to change lives. Is that right?
Oh yeah, that's the mission. Now, mind you, my accountant is a little upset because those numbers, but
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, "Aren't you worried about that?" I said, "Look, brother, we saved 2 lives. We saved more because we saved a marriage with kids.
Yeah.
So I look at it. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. This was Hope Sock was an astounding success. Why? Because our mission was fulfilled.
That's it. It was the mission. The mission took over. The mission did what it did. um Brian, why don't you, just for anybody who hasn't seen us before, why don't you go on ahead and give us a rundown of what Project Die Hard is?
Project Die Hard is a faith-based, scripture-led veteran nonprofit organization developing facilities all over the nation to give veterans hope. We are based on Romans 15:13. Our facilities are going to be a place where a veteran can come and get the help they need. We are currently working on our first facility, Forward Operating Base Rush, on the 20 acres and 10,000 square foot building that was donated to our mission. When it's completed, it will house 12 single veterans and 2 veterans with their families for up to a year at no cost to them.
I bring this up quite often, and the thing that makes this even more special than what it already was is that you guys offered the space for two families.
Yeah.
That is so important because of the fact that nobody else does it. And when it's never one person who goes through the depression, is it?
No. Uh, One of the leading cause to male veteran suicide is the destruction of their families. Their wife leaves them, takes the kids. They go into despair, and it just spirals down from there. So this is why we're bringing the veteran and their families, right? So they can all heal together. The children have to realize mom or dad's not the same, but they still love you. We just got to show, hey, there's a different way that when mom and dad act this way, this is what you got to do, you know?
Well, and what you're offering is a timeout, if you will, a place where you can not just decompress, but you can also take in, you can really refocus on who you are, and you can focus on this, on what you need, and the people that you are teaming with. They can take somebody who is still in that hero mode. They're still in the military mode because the government does not do a good job on taking you and reverting you back to society.
Yeah, well, they can.
Yeah.
Uh, dude, since ancient times, uh, armies have been stood up, right? No civilization ever has figured out how do you untrain your soldiers. You can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we, as veterans, are different. We know this, but we still have to function in society. Some pick it up, no problem. Some need a little help. And this is what our facilities are there for, to give them that up to a year respite of, hey, let's work back to society, you know?
Project Die Hard is one of our mission partners, and we really want to make sure that everybody understands who they are, what they are. Brian, I know that this is very difficult. You just lost a friend. You just lost a colleague. You just lost a hero.
I lost a daughter. Okay. Yes, September 4th. Sergeant Amy Quinn of the United States Army lost her fight to the demons. She was one of my soldiers. I've trained her, I mentored her, I pinned her E5 on her. She got in a fight with her boyfriend, started drinking, and that lended to her losing the fight with the demons. She survived Afghanistan and Iraq as a combat medic, and a fight with her boyfriend made her a statistic. So, yeah, I apologize to all your listeners and all our followers because you're on our Facebook right now. I know I've been a little dark on some of my posts and some angry stuff coming out on my posts, but I'm pushing myself through this. Forward Operating Base Rush is our first facility. That is located in Makanda, Illinois. Our second facility will be in Pennsylvania. Forward Operating Base Quinn.
For all of those who don't, for all of those out there who didn't catch that, Rush is named after Courtney Rush, who was she was a pilot of what they're called angel flights. Is that correct?
She was a crew chief on an angel flight. She is from Illinois, and this is how we name our facilities, from a veteran in that state. Right? Yeah. A part of our mission is we don't let people forget that the war still goes on here at home.
Yeah, it may be peacetime here with our American soldiers right now. It may be peacetime. It's not always peacetime with our soldiers themselves. So this is a wonderful view here of what this is about. You can read about Courtney Rush right here when you go to their website, which is projectdiehard.org. Go here, find out what is going on, what this is all about. This little building right here is going to save lives. It's not a bring them in, stick a bag in their hand and push them out. It's not a haircut, a dental check, and go. It's a bring them in, try to get them right, and build a life, and free them from what they're battling right now. So I beg you, please go to projectdiehard.org. One of the ways that you can help projectdiehard.org is by this little form right here. This is our form that you can fill out, and it is so simple. I cannot stress how simple it is. You go to this little funny looking link right here, communitypayitforward.us verified partners. You click on that, and it's going to take you to all of our verified partners, all of our partners who have agreed to give a portion of their sales in your name to great causes like Project Die Hard. They work their butts off making sure that they're able to do what you need. Everything from ADA compliance on websites. Do I hear me right now? Sorry, inside joke. I had to do it. But everything from ADA compliance to shipping to, construction to whatever it is. If you need a service done, I beg you, please, websites, whatever. If you need something done, please go to our verified partners page, which is found right here. Once you're done, once you make the payment, take a picture, your proof of purchase. You can either use our little camera right here that attaches to your cell phone. Take a picture of it. You got an email receipt, upload it to this right here. And then all we require is your name and an email so we can let you know that it got to that 80% got to Brian at Project Die Hard. Got into the hands of the builders who are working on Project Die Hard. You can choose to dedicate your receipt in the name of someone. Say you have someone who lost the battle. You can dedicate it to their name. And I'm pretty sure that at that point, Brian will make a mention on his page. I know I sure as hell will right here with us.
We thank all of our patrons all the time.
Yep.
Okay.
We do ask you for your email or for your actual address and your phone number, just because we want to tell you about all the good things that are going on. But all you have to do is go here, shop, click a picture, and pick who you want to donate to. Hit this button right here, and 80% of your purchase is going to go to this man and his organization.
Well, it goes to the organization, not to this man. Remember,
Yeah.
I do not take a salary. Okay. I will not take a salary. Again, to your followers, please visit our website, look around. If you find our mission worthy, choose us. Choose us as your nonprofit. When you go to our website, if you wish to become a monthly patron, it's right there under how you can help or the donate button, right? That's how you do it. You become that monthly patron. It's so easy. Once you fill all that out, you'll get an email receipt showing your tax deductible donation, right? We just rolled out our patron t-shirt. When you become a patron at the $22 a month level, right? You'll get a t-shirt after 90 days. You got to be a patron for 90 days to get a t-shirt. Everybody goes, well, that's weird. Well, no, I've talked to a lot of other nonprofits, and a lot of other veteran nonprofits are losing money because people will sign up for that first month, get that t-shirt, and then they'll cancel their monthly pledge.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm upfront and honest. We have some great people at Ginger and David there at Reality Designs that do our t-shirts. And they're a veteran-owned business, and they're there to make profit. They give us a good price, but it still costs us money to produce and ship that t-shirt.
Yep.
So this is why we require a patron at $22 a month to be a patron for 90 days.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't think it's expensive to send a shirt through the mail, you are wrong. You are very wrong. It is very, very expensive. So here's
Mhm.
okay. It keeps popping up on me. It really wants me to talk to him. So we've got
Yeah.
it's showing what we've got right here. Um, love, love this shirt. Love these shirts, brother. I mean, they just look great. So I
Yeah,
think I'm gonna.
our patron shirt is not on that website because we are very protective of our patrons. Nobody can just buy that shirt.
Okay.
We got some other swag there you can buy. Feel free to.
Yep.
And more will be coming. But yeah, this
Well,
is
that's a really cool thing. I actually really like that. I mean, I like the idea of what you're doing, and I'll be honest with you. If somebody can't understand exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it that way, then they don't pay attention to what's going on, because there are a lot. I see a lot of those things, a lot of those companies, a lot of those cry commercials is what I like to call them. The ones that are there at 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night,
mhm.
picking out the worst of pictures that they can find just to, make you in your stupor stage going, oh, that's awful. Well, it's awful no matter what time of day and when it is. So just make sure that, look, when you make a commitment, that's what it is. It's a commitment. So I think I think it's a perfectly acceptable reason to do that. So printing is ridiculous. That's the reason why we've switched. And here at Community Pay It Forward, we've done it a different way to where, you know what? You pay for the shirt, we get the extra little bit, but we do exactly what we been doing, and we tell people, okay, that's fine. You bought our shirt, where do you want a portion to go? So but
Oh,
um
again, this is where people got to understand. Yes, our mission is truthful. We're based on Romans 15:13, right? We try to be good stewards of every dollar donated. Okay,
well,
but it
let me go on ahead and share this, because you're starting out with the first line. This right here is something very, very important to you, and this is what you wanted me to bring up so you can explain to people. Are you ready to do this one, brother?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. And I am going to make this the focus of the whole screen here. So you're
Okay.
on.
So the focus of Project Die Hard is to give hope to veterans. We are based on Romans 15:13. We do this by providing them with a place where they can come and get the help they need. We are faith-based and scripture-led. We are non-denominational. Matthew 28:19 through 20 basically says, love them all, show them all God's love. That's our mission. Whether a veteran needs a day, a month, or up to a year, our facilities will be there for them. We believe in quality over quantity. This is why our facilities are limited. Bob Rush will house 12 single veterans and 2 veterans with their families. Right? We will strive to do everything we can to support veterans with families, because we believe a strong family bond is a foundation for veterans to build on. We believe teamwork makes the dream work. There's no one organization that can do it all. We have partnered with some other veteran nonprofits that'll be bringing their programs to our facilities. We don't charge the other nonprofits to do that. So when you help us, you're helping our sister charities. No one in our leadership, president, board member, takes a salary. It just doesn't go. We believe that if you are running a nonprofit organization and you're worried about what's in their wallet, you can't be worried about your mission. We strive to be good stewards. Hebrews 13:5 tells us that. Our goal is to have 90% of all funds received going to the mission. You will never see funds spent on needless things. Right now, we're trying to bring a veterans breakfast and a peer-to-peer support group to our property. But we have to get the building up to code. So there are costs involved, toilets and sinks and paint and drywall and all this. This is where your money goes. No, nonprofits should not have to rely on the government for funding or for-profit patrons to complete the missions. Corporations and nonprofit organizations should be able to work side by side. This is where your Programs Act is so important. Your certified businesses understand this. They're busy running their businesses, but they know that they want to help. So, hey, great. They run their businesses that send funds to us so we can complete our mission.
I got to ask you a question, and I know it's a little controversial, and I don't mean to be this way, but it is kind of this way.
Controversial? Me? Oh, never.
But I got to ask you a question. I asked JR this question 2 weeks ago when we spoke right before Ian hit Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing right now when there's something that happens in France, when we see something that happens, in Taiwan or something, everybody comes around and comes together, and you start seeing the French flag on all their profiles and all this other stuff. Yet when something happens in the States right now, are we too divisive to where we have hurt our nonprofits trying to help people?
Look, natural disasters happen.
Yeah.
Yes, step up and help. Mayfield, Kentucky, last year, we had the tornadoes come through. They're still rebuilding from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It happens in minutes, but takes years to fix.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, the look, I wish we could bring every veteran that lost their home to one of our properties. Well, we're working on the first one. When the tornadoes hit Mayfield, Kentucky, my board beat me up because I wanted to take veterans from Mayfield, Kentucky that lost their homes up to our property. But my board of directors and my lawyers all said, no, man, you're going to put the mission at risk because we're not ready for families yet. We're not ready. So, yeah, this is why people donating to a nonprofit. Do your due diligence. Our 990s are on our website. Okay. If you want our monthly profit and loss statements or where every penny goes, ask. My accountant has orders to send it to anybody that asks. We have nothing to hide. One thing, every patron, whether you give $22 a month or $22,000 a month, you have the right to come to any facility and see where your money is going. Come on, bring it. I want you to come see. But bring your work clothes and muck boots because there's work to be done.
That's still, I mean, you told me that the first time I met you a little over a year ago, and I laugh about it every time because it is just so funny. It's almost like another situation that I know that when you go there, you're gonna do something. You're gonna do something. So don't go there expecting a vacation. But the thing is that what's the best way to make improvements? Be part of it.
Again, yes. I just had this discussion with some of our volunteers because they were coming and I got this idea. And I value all of our volunteers' time. In fact, I value everybody's opinion. But as I had to tell these folks, look, when you come swing a paintbrush, your voice is a little louder with me.
Yeah.
When you help the mission and you have an idea, your voice is a little louder with me when you do it.
Well, I love what you've done. But I know that there's still so much work to do.
There's tons of work. Let's talk about what's coming up, right?
Yeah.
We already mentioned the fellowship breakfast, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are so close to being to code to kick that off. We got 2 more bathrooms to get up to code. We got to have the kitchen professionally deep cleaned because this place hasn't been cleaned in 15 years. Tomorrow I'm sitting in an 8-hour class to be Serve Safe certified.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Okay, but again, I will never ask any of my people to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. That's the sign of a leader, right?
Yeah.
So before I put out to my volunteers of, hey, get this certification, I'm going to show, hey, I got mine.
I got mine. Where's yours?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But we added a couple new business patrons here in the area. We got some big news coming from them here soon. The big one I want to harp out there, I put it out. We all know, excuse me, I might have this. Excuse me. Giving Tuesday. We have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday in November, right?
Yep.
So Giving Tuesday is a big thing. We have a patron willing to match up to $11,000 if we can raise $11,000.
That
that
is awesome.
Now there's a couple rules. We can only use GoFundMe and Facebook to raise funds. Okay. So on October 29th, those will launch on GoFundMe and on our Facebook page of donate. So we have 30 days to raise $11,000 and this patron will match it. So instead of the 11,000, we'll have 22,000. That will keep this mission going and probably fridges, freezers, washers, dryers, all that. But yeah, that's something that, look,
Okay, it looks like Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you said that your campaign starts on the 30th or the 31st?
October 29th.
October 29th. So, hey, I was close by, a
Yeah.
couple days, but
Yeah.
so my shiny squirrel came in and took over my brain there for a second, but and so that gives you guys that gives us 29, 30, about 30 days to where we can raise, you said 30 days, right? That gives
We
us
have
30 days to where if and let's not stop at 11,000, but I mean
Oh,
just
no. Don't stop.
yeah. Your
But
11,000, that first 11,000 is going to become $22,000. $22,000 is a lot of money. It's not enough money to do what needs to be done, but boy,
but
that's a lot of money.
you know what? But it gets us one step closer to putting a new roof on.
That's right. Every dollar that you give is a dollar that they didn't have yesterday.
Yeah.
And so that's something that needs to be remembered. We are allowed and because our buddy came up with it, with the saying, do you give a buck? Right now, this is another place that works. $22. You saw $22 on his website for a donation, $22 a month. Guys, that is a case of beer every month. Okay? Look, I remember what it was like to have a case of beer. I'm going to be nice. A week. I know the truth, but I'm going to be nice. You can go one day a month without a case of beer. You can throw that money to somebody who's going to save lives.
Again, brother, that's you say beer, I say that's one latte coffee.
Yeah, that's true. One for us, that's
For a
a
day. That's
quarter of a
one.
trip to Walmart.
Yeah,
So,
that's one little latte coffee you get, right? A day.
yeah,
And you can make that $22 happen.
my wife and I go into Walmart for butter, and we walk out $100. I should just walk in, throw $100 at him, and just walk out. I mean, and because no matter when I walk into Walmart, it's at least $100. So,
Oh,
but
always.
this is just one of those times where a little bit of thought, you can give up one thing a month, and $22 is so easy to do. So let's think about this and get it done. We're offering you a chance to where you don't have to spend any additional money. Just shop with our partners, our great partners, and you don't
Again,
spend a damn dime other than what
see,
they do.
you have to shop anyway, right? So why
Yeah,
not go to Zach, his partners, shop, get what you need for your house, right?
yeah.
And pick us as your charity, and then boom, you have no out-of-pocket cost.
Here's a challenge for you. Okay, you guys find somebody, go to your favorite restaurant and say, hey, I learned about this great program. I'm being a little modest there, right? My great program. I learned about this great program, and I think you guys would be perfect for it. It's called Community Pay It Forward. You guys get them to come to us. Any money deal that they sign with us, we will donate a quarter of whatever they pay. So, I mean, if that's a platinum partnership, that's close to $500 that would go to a cause, just for simply giving us a referral to somebody who, who's going to help us help our mission. And our mission is, no matter what you have to do in a day, donate to a cause simply by shopping with our partners. So
Well,
you give us a referral.
again, community pay it forwards. Look, folks, I'm going to explain it to you. We're on Amazon Smile too. Okay, we are, but Zach and his partners pay monthly, not quarterly, and they give more than Amazon does.
And I will guarantee you, none of my partners have the pocketbook that Amazon has.
Oh, yeah. See, again, teamwork makes this dream work.
That's right, and that's one of the things that was really shown on your outline. But and like I said, you know what? If you know somebody in the community, if you run a business and you're like going, we want to do something special. Here we are. We can do this. You know what? I love companies that say, you know what? I think that we're okay. We sponsor our high school. Okay, great. Let's get your high school part of the program,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can be sponsor of everything. I mean, let's do this together. As Brian just said, teamwork makes the dream work. Let's do this together, and we can sponsor everything. We can be behind your neighbor who slips and breaks her leg and can't go to work for 6 to 8 weeks. We can be behind Brian and Project Die Hard. We can be behind your local pet shelter. We can change the world here, and we can start with being a supportive of Brian at Project Die Hard. So
again, that's the whole gist of this.
And-
That last line in that statement is, we are steadfast on bringing back what it means to be a nonprofit. Okay. A true nonprofit should not have a profit at the end of the year. Okay.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
truly-
but that's just my take on it.
Yeah. So one of the I just wanted to say this again. You know what? If you are wanting to donate monetarily to Brian, please do not send community pay it forward money. Please do not do that. And not because we don't want to give Brian money. That has nothing to do with it. But it has to do with, you send it to us, there's a fee. We send it to Brian, there's a fee. You're losing $10, $15 in the transaction. When all you have to do is go to his donation, go to his donation plate
Wrong one.
tab. So all you have to do
no,
is
you're on Really Designed. You're not on my.
what happened here? There we go.
There you go.
All you have to do is go here to the donate button, and it cuts the fee. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So
it cuts the fee. It's just so easy. Shop, pick us. If you want to become a monthly donor, come to our website and do it. It's secure. We use Mighty Cause. It's one of the best secure nonprofit donation collections out there. Okay. That's what they do. Project Die Hard, we don't keep track of your account numbers. Okay. Yep. That's everybody goes, well, why don't you? Well, that's an insurance cost and bonding and all this other stuff that has to happen.
And there's one other reason, Brian, and you say it every time. It doesn't matter. This little button right here is magic. Okay? That little button there is magic. And that little button right there means just as much as this one, because it's money coming in.
Oh, yeah. If it's a one-time donation, thank you, God bless. If it's a monthly donation, thank you, God bless. I don't see how much people give. My accountant and my treasurer do. Okay. All I get is a name. So when I meet you at one of our events, I can say thank you and God bless. That's it. The Bible tells me not to lift my brother or sister above one another. That's why I have it in that place. I don't know what people give. So all I can say is thank you and God bless.
Well, we put up the mission page one last time, and like I said before, you can go to projectdiehard.org and you can find this information. But if you would like to get it directly from us, all I need is an email from you at networking@communitypayitforward.us. Brian has given it to us, and we will share it. It's going to be all over our website. It'll be on our social media platforms. It's just this important. Brian, when you told me the story earlier, I wanted to almost cancel the show.
No.
It's hard to hear that we're still losing our heroes, and we're losing them even faster than we were before. One of the things that scares me to death is when we hear about something like Ian, these people who were right there on the edge, on the cusp of making that end of life decision. When their house gets destroyed, that's going to be it for them.
Yeah, again, brother, the war goes on every day. JR said it. We're up to 44 a month. Fox News reported it 3 weeks ago. The bureaucracy at the VA got caught with their hands in the cookie jar, and they've been underreporting veteran suicide for the past 2 years.
That's unbelievable. One of the other things that really, and this was reported. We watched a video about a year ago when we were trying to get something else going, and it was something that the government got together and they were going to help veteran homelessness, and it was only going to cost them, what was it, like $3 billion to do?
Yeah.
That's Oh, you know what? Yeah. Will $3 billion help homelessness, veteran homelessness? You better believe it will. But
Okay. That is that structure out in California.
Yes, it is.
That currently is 4 years behind schedule and 100 million over budget.
I don't want to laugh about that, but I do, because this is, where would you be with a quarter of that money, Brian? How far in would you be with a quarter of that?
Fire should be completed and totally operational. That's the building, skill training sites, retreat center. The whole property would be up and running with just a quarter of that money.
And you guys would be on to your next building in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So, leave it up to the government to throw around stupid money, stupid things, and that's kind of what they do. But Brian, I've got my next guest on, the newest partner to Community Pay It Forward, William Walters. But I wanted to make sure that I thank you very much for joining us, my friend. You know that we're always here for you. You know that we do our very best, and this is great. This is kind of great timing, because you know what? You're going to learn more about what William does, what William offers, and now what William is going to do, who also works very, very hard to help individual. His story is amazing, what he goes through, from raising a child with that's differently able, to reaching out to people who and teaching them financially. His story's amazing. It's amazing. But when you utilize his services, he's going to give back to people like Brian at Project Die Hard. Give back to that mission. We will get this fob built. We just need your help. So, Brian, tell them how they can get a hold of you, my brother.
ProjectDieHard.org, Project DieHard 22 on Facebook, contact at ProjectDieHard.org for an email.
I want to one more time repeat. Get this statement that you're reading right now, get it, put it on your desk, put it on your office wall. And every day, remember, there are people out there dying, and there are people out here who are trying to make a difference. Okay. We're not trying to bring the mood down. We're trying to bring the good up. All right. That's what this is about. We're not trying to bring you down and make you go, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. No, we're showing you there is a chance for all of us to work together, to come together, and to make things happen. Not little things, enormous things, folks, because we can do this if we work together.
Yep. All right, brother. Well, I have to get on to another Zoom call myself, but thank you for the time and the attention. And again, teamwork makes that dream work.
Well, I thank you, Brian. I truly do. Keep up the great work, my friend. You know, you're always in my heart. You're always in my mind. So thank you very much. Hey, guys, we're going to be right back with, like I said, my newest guest, William Walters. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to show you one way that you can help our great friends right there at Project Die Hard. As I mentioned before, I'm very, very excited about this. I got to meet this gentleman a couple days ago, and before we were done on our phone call, he was filling out the form. He truly believes in the mission. He truly believes in helping people. His story, once again, is flat out amazing. What this gentleman does, what he goes through, what he does to try to help people. His story is amazing, and I am very, very proud to introduce you to our newest brother, William Walters. How's it going, William?
Oh, fantastic. How are you today?
Doing great, doing great. A little, you know, what's that word when, you know, you just heard something that kicks you in the gut and hurts you extremely, but now makes you even more more ready to take and get up and do some damage the good way, you know.
Yeah, I guess I would use the word motivated, right?
There you go. That'll work. I'm motivated. So yeah, so William, before we get started on what you do, can you tell us about your I want to call it community service, what you do as you know, one of the things that makes you so special is what you're trying to do outside of work. Can you explain a little bit about what you do, please?
Sure. My goal is to meet with people and see if I can help them in any way I can. But ultimately, as a financial planner, I like to help individuals get organized. And some of the people that I truly cater to are those that are the parents of special needs students. I have a special needs student at home who had a learning disability, and she went through a lot of hardships and bullying in school, and we overcame a lot. And as a result, the overcoming made her stronger and made me stronger, and became focused on channeling my energies to helping the parents of special needs children get the protection and information they deserve so that they can provide coverage and future security for their children.
You were talking about when we first started talking about this, you were talking about how when you became responsible for your parents, how it was kind of a reality check on, you know, on the way that situations are. You know, can you go on ahead and give us that story? Because I know that that's kind of one that, you know, you think you're walking into a situation where mom and dad they've been around for a long, long time. You know that they've got their head on straight. And then all of a sudden, when the aging starts and when everything starts to kind of creep in, you're like going, what did I just take on? Right?
Yeah, yes, sir. So, I guess prior to my dad passing, he was going through some heart issues and nosebleeds and gradual deterioration of mobility and balance. And then in 2015 in May, he passed away. And then at that point, my mom aged 10 years in one day, and they were married for 60 years, and became my responsibility. And she plopped herself on the couch, and I started going through her organization schedule and realized that she didn't have any game plan. She didn't have long-term care organized. I didn't know what her wishes and dreams were, other than she didn't want to go into a home, and nor would I send her. And I had to learn by the school of hard knocks. I didn't know what it was like to set up a schedule, how to find personal care assistants. And as her memory started to erode and her basic living necessities, some of the things that you didn't want to be aware of, like changing a diaper, bathing, setting up proper services for that, setting up handrails in the household, removing all fall and trip hazards, phone call screening so she wouldn't get scammed, paying attention to her bank accounts, worrying about, quote, friends stopping by for a check when there was no reason to pay the money, and things like that. And it turned into a full-time job. And, what I learned is that I made mistakes out of love, and I just want to prevent others from making those same mistakes.
It's very easy to sit there and just not, say, hey, look, I made these mistakes, but you go on ahead and you deal with it yourself. But it is kind of the way that nonprofits are built. You're in a place and you feel these hardships, and then there's something inside your body that says, I don't ever want anybody else to feel this. This is one of the worst feelings in the world. And do you have any ambitions on becoming a nonprofit any point in time?
No, I do not. Because I'm a financial advisor, I'm not allowed to become a nonprofit. So any type of residual income that I would make on the side would be donated to a profit that's within the organization. I'm kind of regulated by the industry. So my goal here is just meet as many people as I can, help as many people as I can, teach them what financial literacy is, teach them how to do a budget, organize themselves to become optimum savers, and then set up a game plan in writing for protection. Now, if you're a parent of a special needs child, set out goals of how to prepare that child for the protection, just in case you're not around to be the caretaker, so that they live in an environment which is safe but well thought out of. And the same thing can be said for an aging parent or the children of those aging parents. So you set up a game plan for the parents as well as their wishes, so they live their end years in dignity and respect. And then the parent, who's now the child of those baby boomers, doesn't want to be a burden to their children. So you set something up for them as well, so that their wishes, while they're cognizant and still mentally aware, can be followed by generation X, Y, or Z, just so everyone's on the same page, that there's no guesswork. It eliminates those things. And it's all done out of a labor of love. Everything takes time and effort. And, you're not really, you don't really think about the time and effort you put in. But ultimately, if it makes a better experience in life for those who are receiving it, isn't it worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, this is just my opinion, in which, my opinion means absolutely nothing. But I think right now, as a financial advisor, one of your you know, people ought to be coming to you just because we realize now after COVID, that dreaded word, that when jobs were lost or put on hold or whatever they were, and then all of a sudden we sat there by our television sets every night wondering where Congress was for that $1,200 or $1,400 payment, because we needed that money so bad because our revenue stream had disappeared.
Yep.
One of your goals is trying to make sure that, you know what, when something like this happens again, because we didn't think the plague could ever happen again, we were wrong. When this happens again, you don't have to be sitting there with the government going, please save me, please save me. Well, they're sitting there going, well, wait a minute, I got to make sure I can get my new Ferrari first. What do you suggest, or what do you tell people? Look, this is the first thing that you need to do when getting started.
I think the first thing you need to do is protection. So what does that mean when I say the word protection? It means making sure you have a will, a living will, an estate plan that's organized, making sure you have an umbrella coverage on your car insurance. So God forbid something happens, you don't lose the assets you've accumulated. And that's just the first two steps, right? And then once you get the basics out of the way, you analyze cash flow, and the goal is to create a savings plan. And the savings plan is based on, you know, what you could set aside comfortably after your bills, but maybe a little bit uncomfortably, because in order to really fight the fight, you need to have a minimum of 6 months of your annual salary in savings, in as available as cash. And I'd recommend as much as 12 months, okay? Because you just don't know what's going to happen. And if you have children, how do you tell them you don't have enough money for food, or you just, the electric's being shut off, or in the middle of wintertime, right? So, you know, these are things that are the basics that most people that live paycheck to paycheck are not setting aside their money to organize their thoughts and plans. It's a lot more than that, but if I'm keeping it simple, that's the beginning part of the process.
Is it possible for somebody who lives paycheck to paycheck in reality, is it possible for them to do that?
Yes, it is possible. It just takes, I do a cash flow analysis, right? Where we look at all the money in and all the money out. And we don't look to change your lifestyle. We just alter maybe some of your bad spending habits, right? And refocusing or repurposing that money to something positive. Because the end result of that is freedom down the line. So you save today for the future or for tomorrow. And then there's many opportunities after that, once you start the process of savings, to take that savings and invest it into your future or into your retirement. So, but it has to start somewhere, and it's never too late to start, and it's never too early to start.
What do people need to what do people need to do when they want to sit down with you? What are some of the things that they should bring to the first meeting with you?
You're going to laugh at my answer. I think they need to bring an open mind, an open heart, and make sure their ears are ready to hear. Because I'm going to look at their situation. The first meeting is just going to explain the process of how we work. And it's a give and take, and it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we're going to sit down and meet. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to figure out a unique strategy around their goals, dreams, and desires, and create a vehicle to get them there. And ultimately, it's about what they want. So I'm going to be doing a lot of listening, asking some questions. And then if it sounds like something they want to do, we'll set up a second meeting it's in that second meeting that I'll request some information via email for them to send over prior to our second meeting so that we could do more strategizing live.
This isn't always a comfortable situation, is it?
It's a difficult situation because a lot of times people, A, are not saving, or B, embarrassed, or C, never lived within a budget. So it's a process. I liken it to the good old days. I call it the shoebox theory. And when you got paid, you cashed your paycheck and you put a certain percentage of it into a shoebox for rent, and a certain percentage of it for a car payment, and a certain percentage goes to food, another certain percentage goes to your electric and gas, and then after that, your cable and your phone. And then what's left over is your entertainment and savings, right? And so if you do that mental image of having a shoebox, you'll figure out what your disposable income is, but B, what you're saving versus what you should be saving.
Is there like a percentage in your paycheck that you should be trying to put aside? Or is it really, or is it really based more on your budget itself?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer because, yes, there is a minimum number that you should be saving, point blank, no matter what, despite what your budget is. And then there's an optimum number that you should try to achieve or go beyond. So, and when I sit down with the people, I'll discuss it with them. But I don't want to scare people right now because any savings is better than no savings. But there should be a number that we can discuss where you need to strive for as a minimum.
One of the other things that somebody's told me once before is, there's never, the best time to start saving was yesterday. Yesterday's gone, so today's going to work. And I think that that's really an important thing for people to hear, because you can't live in the past. We all know this. There are no time machines yet. I'm still working on it. I'm not working on it. I don't have time for that. And besides that, I'm not sure if I want to go back and see the mess I used to be. So he was a bad influence. So I'm not sure if I'd want to go back anyway. But people need to come to you, and there's not a reason to be embarrassed, is there?
No, I think the key is that it's just making up your mind to get started and figuring out it's okay to dream and have goals, right? And I can even help them if they're looking for a new job, or it might be a fact that they don't have a connection to get a promotion in their current situation. And maybe I do through my networking to help them get an increase in their pay so that it makes it easier for them to start saving more. So it could be that simple. It's the process of getting them out of their normal thinking and opening them up and allowing them to dream and move forward.
What is, for you as an advisor, when do you start going, whew, I don't know what we're going to do here? Are there situations where you sit there and you go, you're just living way too outside your means? I don't know what you can do.
That's kind of rare. But I think that situation is for somebody that is in their late 70s and they haven't started, they haven't planned for final expenses, and they don't have any real savings, and they have to work at Walmart as a greeter, right, in order to put food on the table, right? That would be the scenario where, even in that, I would try to figure a way to help them get final expenses so they could at least pay for their funeral. But there's always time and there's always a way. When there's a will, there's a way. So I think it's a matter of just helping the person get organized and maybe reorganizing their thought process on the necessities, and just get it down in writing so they see it in black and white, because ultimately it's about a relationship, right? And this process might take 3 to 5 to 7 meetings, but they're going to be quarterly check-ins. There's going to be a year in review check-in, and if circumstances changes for the better or for worse, we can ratchet up the game plan or ratchet up based on circumstances. So there is no bad time. It's just you just don't want to delay.
Have you ever, are there situations when you bring in like an entire family just to try to teach, because I mean, and I don't know why I'm thinking of this now, but I kind of think that it would be a great time to take and mom and dad bring in the kids and kind of show them how this is done. So maybe the kids will, something will stick to their brain and they can learn, because the one thing that I taught my kids is, wow, dad is terrible at money.
Yeah,
Is there a way to teach the kids while you do what you're doing?
I think you can start as young as 12 or 13 with a child. And it starts with an allowance or responsibility chores with the responsibility of allowance, however you want to view it, and teaching them goals like not living in the current, but saving for something that they really want for the future. And with the children, but you kind of want to step in through the process of what a budget looks like. And so when you ask a 12-year-old what is a lot of money, they're going to give you an answer that's not really accurate, right? They're going to, so if you say, well, yeah, I'm making good money, I'm cutting lawns and I'm making $80 a week. Well, that's great, right? But what do you think it cost to buy that lawnmower? Well, I don't know. Well, it was $400. And what does it cost to get it tuned up? Well, that's $80. And so right there is a quarter of your profits for the year gone that they don't even think about, right? So you kind of, the education starts at a young age, but I think the parents, or if there was a church group or a group that wanted someone to speak on literacy and just general family budgeting, that would be fine. I have no problems coming in and doing a public service to get them started on the process, but because ultimately it's about organizing them to hit their personal goals. And I would never discuss in a public forum, someone asking me a question personally, I would never discuss that in a public forum, right? I would give them an example of what I might do, with the caveat that I'd rather meet with them one-on-one in the privacy of their own house or a Zoom, because every situation is unique and different. There's similarities, but there's no two that are identical.
How much does it cost them to have a conversation with you?
It's free.
Oh, okay. That's a good price. I like that free price. So that one works for me. What is the best way to get a hold of you, William?
Well, via email or my cell phone is fine.
Okay. And the email is william.walters@northeastfn.com. Once again, that's william.walters@northeastfn.com. And then the cell phone is right here, 267-278-5062. For some reason, I had one heck of a time trying to type in your phone number. I don't know if dyslexia hit or what it was, but I think I had to retype your phone number like 3 or 4 times because of the 267 and then the 278. I was like, so I don't know why, but I mean, the phone number seems pretty easy now that I'm reading it. But boy, when I was trying to do it earlier, it was a little difficult. But once again, that phone number is 267-278-5062. Let's get back to a little more about your outreach projects, because that's really what that's one of the things that I really love about what you're doing. What are some of the biggest problems that you're seeing right now that would be easy fixes that maybe we can help others deal with that are going through these situations?
So, would you like me to talk a little bit more extensively on my daughter's situation? And
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that, because this is one of the reasons why you and we mesh so well, and we'll just go with this. As many of you guys know, we just brought in a young man with special needs. Never ever ever had to deal with this. Very happy that we get this chance, because it's great having Andrew in our home. I love having the kid here. I love having a son back in the house. Sometimes. No, he's a good kid. And we also are now in a situation where we are taking over the mantle of caregivers for my parents as well. So this was really one of those things that you and I had that conversation. And I think at one point in time, I had to sit there and do the, push my mouth shut, because the stories you were telling, I was like going, is this me talking? It really was. So yeah. And let's go with the daughter stories.
so, my daughter had a great deal of difficulty with reading, and the school district could not figure out what was wrong, and there was nothing living in the state of New Jersey that was providing a solution. And through my contacts in Pennsylvania, I introduced her to an organization called SALUS, SALUS. It's a university that specializes in eye treatment. And so what they did is they analyzed her eyes, and her eyes weren't pairing, which means most people, when they read, their left and right pupil focus simultaneously, right? Well, her left eye was just fine. Her right eye kept focusing out and in. So what that means is that what was being read wasn't being comprehended. So she became an auditory and visual learner, or sight memorization. Now, being in 7th grade and reading at the 1st grade 6-month level was not an easy thing. So we decided that we would go through this eye therapy, part of which is you do work to strengthen your eye muscles, and you do computer testing, and it was about an hour 3 times a week, and it lasted for about 6 months before her mind was truly focused and having her pupils simultaneously looking at words. And after the 6-month training and laminating her IEP, she began the process of hard work and rolling up the sleeves herself, and she improved her reading level from 1st grade 6 months to 9th grade. And as a result, she became a self-advocate and learner, and we went through the process of educating teachers what an IEP is and how to compensate for learning disabilities or inabilities according to the teachers. And we would sit down and go over that there's no time limit on test taking and things like that. But when she graduated high school, which they gave her no shot of going to college, she is now a senior at LIM in New York, and she's on an internship at Disney. So this story gives hope to parents of special needs children that obstacles can be overcome. Now, there's many other things to look at when you're raising a child. There's dietary concerns. You need to get the child tested so that their gut issues, meaning internal, not their weight, their digestive issues, is working properly, because the child might not be able to express, but out of anger or anguish might overreact to something after they eat a product. So you should get tested for allergies, both in the food allergy side and physical allergies like the dust, mold, and mildew side, so you know what your child reacts to, and you eliminate that from their environment and diet. And that will also improve their test taking. Another thing is that sometimes words appear clearer to them if it's on a different shade of paper, right? Instead of white, it could be yellow, it could be pink, it could be blue. And sometimes if you have shaded glasses, it helps the child focus on specific words and how they perceive the words. These are all things that can be done to improve the learning ability of the child. So that's a positive story. That kind of gives hope. And the most important thing for a parent is they just want to be able to let the child live the best version of life that is possible that they can live, right? And they don't care what it is or what it costs or how it feels, because the smile or the relief on the child's mind is something that can be readily addressed, because all you want is a happy child, happy life. They say happy wife, happy life. It's the same thing. You just want your children happy. So that's basically a short version of what I like helping people with. And that goes naturally hand in hand in progression, because sometimes children might not be capable of holding a real, and I'll put a real job, meaning a job that pays the bills, pays a mortgage and pays food. And so the parents have to kind of focus on a protection plan for that child in case something goes wrong or they just don't outlive the child. And it's really important to set up a game plan with an executor that you can trust, so they can follow your wishes and the child's wishes for a living environment that's conducive to their best mental and physical health.
I think what you say is so inspirational about, the teacher's not giving her a chance at college yet. Now she's at Disney.
Yep.
Love that. I absolutely love it. First and foremost, good job, Disney. Great job seeing that differently abled is not unable. I think
Yep.
I think that's fantastic. So, because it's not, differently abled is not unable. I struggle every once in a while when somebody says, well, we're going to have him do this and we're going to have other people do this. And it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to have him do this too, because he might have to do it a little bit different. It might be a little bit slower. You might have to answer a few more questions, but he's a brilliant, brilliant young man. Give him a chance.
Yep.
Give him a chance. He could surprise you, And I think that that's one of the things that you're offering, you're helping coach people with is, let's realize that once again, differently abled is not unabled.
Correct.
So,
they need success stories, right? And I liken it back in the day of running when it was a mental barrier where no one was able to break the 4-minute mile, right? And then as soon as one person broke the 4-minute mile, then multiple people started breaking the 4-minute mile because it was a mental thing. Well, this is the same type of thing. Just because a child has autism doesn't mean they can't have a job and have dignity. You would probably think that half of NASA is employed by people who are on the spectrum, right? Because they specialize in something. But, I know people that are professional dog walkers that can walk as many as 6 dogs at once because they have a connection with animals. And in New York City, that position pays really good money. So someone who has autism can do that job, or they could work in a stable with horses, or they could be a baker. Now, not the baker that puts the fancy decorations, but the baker behind the scenes that's making the cake in abundance, and they're baking the same cake and it's the same recipe over and over again, and they're making it, stirring it and putting it in, and then putting it in the oven, and then someone else is then entertaining the decorating. Not that the child isn't capable of decorating, but the fact of doing the same process over and over again at the exact same amount, it's something that a child can do who is on the spectrum. And there's many other jobs that they could do if given a chance, working in a library, putting books away, working at a checkout line and bagging groceries, right? These are just simple jobs that enable the child to gain self-confidence and have self-worth.
Well, I want to thank you, William, for joining me tonight. I want to thank you for joining me, joining us in the program and really trying to make a difference. We do not have William added to the website yet, but you know what? By Monday, I think that you're going to be recognizing his wonderful face, and you're definitely going to want to listen to his wonderful story again and again, because what you're trying to do, my friend, is just unbelievable. And make sure that if you don't feel like you are financially stable, give this man a call, 267-278-5062. 267-278-5062, or you can always shoot him an email at william.walters@northeastfn.com. william.walters@northeastfn.com. You can also, like I said, in the next couple days, you're going to be able to find him on communitypayitforward.us, and he is one of our family members. He is the newest Community Pay It Forward family member. So again, William, keep up the great fight.
Thank you so much, and blessings to you and all your listeners and friends in the community, and enjoy your evening.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it very much. You have a great time. Thank you for joining us right after Bible class. I know that you had that going, and you brought your phone with you so you could jump right on. I thank you for doing that very much. We'll talk to you soon, William. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
William Walters, folks. Once again, we've heard two wonderful stories tonight, but we've heard two stories that can really break your heart, because they're things that don't have to happen. With William's story, and I'm going to say it again because it's true, differently abled is not unable. People with disabilities are differently abled. They can do things that will surprise you if you let them do it. There's a lot of times, and this is a personal experience, there's a lot of times that people who are differently able have been talked into the fact that they can't do something when you set something in front of them and tell them, you can do this, and they end up doing it. The excitement that they feel is astonishing. The excitement that you feel is also as equally astonishing, because you know what? You've just done something for a person. You've made them feel human and important again. So let's make sure that we just continue to remember, like I said, differently abled is not unabled. The story about Brian's daughter, he said it was his daughter. He taught her everything. He was, she was in his charge, and young lady, and now she's gone. She's gone because she took her own life. She felt that was the only way to go. It's another story that they don't have to be this way. You don't have to feel this way. There are people out there who can help you. As we know, we've got the new hotline that you can call, but there are organizations in your city who can specialize in your situation. if you're looking for somebody who can try to help you find these organizations, because believe me, we all know what it's like to go and type something into a keyboard and go, okay, I'm looking for, a fork maker. You type it in and all of a sudden it's talking about a tomato canner. I just said that because my wife's about ready to can tomatoes, so I don't know why that was the only thing that came to my mind. But it's frustrating because of like Google ads and stuff like that. It gets so frustrating when you're looking, and when you're depressed and you're feeling defeated and stuff like that, it can drive you over the edge. We ask you to please reach out to us because we can try to connect you with people who can help you find the relief that you need. Our biggest ask, our main ask, it's one simple ask. Please don't give up. You may not feel like you're important, but you are. You may have people telling you how unimportant you are, but there are people out there that depend on you being there. Every single one of us has a story that can change somebody's life. Imagine the fact that when you are able to beat this war, to defeat this war, you can become the difference in somebody else's life. To all of you people out there who are looking to try to help somebody, there's a lot of times when these two things, unless of course you're me and then it's just this one, are the best weapon against life-ending decisions. Sit there and listen. Don't judge. Don't talk. Unless they ask you to, just simply listen. If you know you're not capable to sit there and listen, and which, you know what, nobody's going to blame you for it, because you might not be one who can sit there and truthfully think that you can handle the problem. Good on you for being honest. Great on you for being honest. Tell them, let us make a phone call. Let me find somebody who can help you. What do you need to make sure that you're going to be okay for right now? Why don't you come with me? Let's talk. Let's do those things that we used to love to do as kids. Maybe it's like that one commercial where they're hiding or they put up a fake smile just to get through the day, but they're alive while you're looking for somebody who can talk to them. There's no shame in not being able to talk. There's no shame in not feeling like you are the person who's not right for the situation. If anything, I would say that there's glory in what you're doing, because you're admitting a weakness. And if you're doing it wrong and they can tell that you're not 100% there, it can do more damage. So please don't think that just because you're not the one to listen, don't think that's the be all end all. Okay. And that's just, that's really important, because there are things that you can do to help. Okay. So just please remember, listening is the most important thing you can do with this situation.
April 9th, 2011, I received a call. It was a call from my wife letting me know that our son Bladen had possibly passed away in a drowning accident. As this experience is why I started this organization. My name is John Wayne Vogels. I am the founder and executive director of the Martyred Angels Foundation. Our mission is to provide community support to families after the tragic death of a child.
You guys have seen that gentleman. I have talked to that gentleman many times. I have mentioned Mr. Vogels quite a bit about it, and now you heard the story directly from him. So please remember that Martyred Angels is one of our mission partners. They are waiting for you to help us out. All you got to do is go to communitypayitforward.us, go to the wonderful little link that says verified partners, click on that, find the people who can do what you need done, shop with them, hire them, click a picture of your receipt, of your invoice, send it in to us and say, I support Martyred Angels. I support Project Die Hard. I support Susie next door who slipped, fell, broke her leg. She can't go to work for 6 to 8 weeks. The money stops, but the bills don't. It is time to come together. It is time to make sure that we're making a difference for the people in our community. We can do this. Together we can do this. There's no reason why we can't. There's no reason to think we can't. We can do this. If you need to get a hold of me, all you have to do is go to this wonderful little machine until my card's done, in which my card's almost done. But go to this wonderful link tree right there, Linktree Zach Clayton, Linktree Zach Clayton. It's got everything on there you would possibly need from me. Probably a lot more than you would need from me ever. But it's on there because I was like, well, yeah, you want to see what socks I'm wearing today? Whatever, I'll put a link. I didn't go that far. By the way, today, Twister socks. So my wife bought me new socks the other day. Very happy. So the Hasbro games. I wore Mr. Potato Head yesterday. Fun times, fun times. I want to make this little bit of information for you. We have some great friends at Cost Cutters here in Greeley. Cost Cutters, 3514 West 10th Street, building A at the Bittersweet Plaza. They're looking for hairstylists. Do you know how to cut hair? I would say I do. You know, I've cut Andrew's hair a couple times, but that's just taking a razor or clippers and going ring, ring, ring. So, and then missing spots to where when you look at him, he's, you know, got like a patch of hair that's growing out right here. That I'm like, no, son, you look great. So I only missed like 2 spots. It wasn't that bad. Wasn't that good. It wasn't that bad. So he liked it, and that's what's important. But if you're looking for a job and you know how to cut some hair, go and talk to him. Melissa is she's the lady that you need to speak to there. Just tell her that Community Pay It Forward said, "Hey, you're looking for help," and she'll go, "Yes, I'm looking for help." And then maybe you can get a job, and then you can start shopping with our partners to donate to other people. And this is one really good thing about it. I come in all the time and beg for gifts, so you get to see me. Okay, so that's not a good thing, but still, the actual good thing about it is that you will be right across on November 13th from the Chili Cook-Off Toy Drive and Poker for Pediatrics. It's happening on November 13th, folks. We are excited about this. The tastings start at noon, so get your chilies up there. We've only got spots for 20 chilies. Boy, that was a tongue twister. We've only got spots for 20 different chilies. So all we're going to ask of you is to bring a crock pot. If you want to bring two, perfect. Okay. It's $25 per crock pot. $5 from every crock pot goes to the winner. We want to make this a competition. We want to see who's the best chili maker out there. I challenge you, because if we don't get 20, I'm bringing mine and I'll win, darn it. Probably not, but I'll try. We don't care if your chili is different. We've had everything from elk meat to buffalo meat to, you want to make a chili out of alligator, make a chili out of alligator. This is the time to experiment. This is the time to have fun. This is the time to help us get books for Northern Colorado hospitals. We started this when there were 5 hospitals, and one of them had only been open for a week. There were only 4 beds being used when we went to the Banner in Fort Collins. 4 beds being used, thank God, at that time. But we walked in there with a whole giant bag of toys. At the time, there wasn't the plague, and we could do this. This was 7 years ago. When we walked in, we handed them that bag of toys. I smiled. I was so happy. They broke down in tears. The nurses broke down in tears because it was so cool that we would actually think about them right then and there. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't we? This is what we love to do. We're looking for books. We're looking for puzzles. We're looking for board games for the family rooms. We're looking for art supplies, religious texts. We're looking for something that when these kids are in these hospital rooms, people, if you want to bring in adult books, bring in adult books. They have to be new. Write your name on the cover. Say, this is from us. Write the word "to" in there and hand it to the nurses and say, please give this to somebody who needs it when they come in. Imagine this picture, a little kid who's going through something that's scaring him to death. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand the situation they're in. They're scared. But a nurse is able to give them a book that has their name inside of it. Give them a little bit of happiness. Even if it doesn't last very long, it's still a little bit of happiness. If it's an adult, right here at Community Pay It Forward, we have some authors. Sabrina Morris. Every time that we sell one of these books, a portion goes to a cause. I've got a great friend, Sarah M. She survived Cambodia. Over 2 million people died, and she survived. She's now in the United States and doing very, very wonderful things. She leads one of our networking groups that I tell people to go to all the time. If you're not busy on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, call me. I'll get you the link. I'll get you there. Hey, we've got a guest that's joining us. Real quick, how's it going, Larry?
I'm doing good. How are you, Zach?
Doing great. Larry, you're one of our, and first off, thank you, sir, for joining us. You are our newest platinum partner, which means that you are Mr. Everybody. You're here in it for us. You're going to help us out. You have a program that's going to not save people money, give companies money back because they did the right thing.
Correct.
Can you tell us what, and you're a little bit different, and I really want to bring this part up. Boy, your door just does not like to shut. You know that?
Dogs.
So
they don't allow me to be alone.
Your program is a little bit different than other programs because you only need one W-2 employee. You don't have to have, there's not really a minimum other than one of W-2 employees before you can start earning them money, correct?
Well, correct. I mean, obviously, 1 to 500. So I'm here to help people, and whether the commissions are big, when I get, like, I just got an approval for $900,000 for a restaurant that had no clue this existed. Um, so whether I get people a few grand or hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm here to help people. And if they own a business with W-2 employees, I can help them. Odds are I can help them. Obviously, we never will ask anybody for a penny until we know they're qualified. So if you know of any businesses with W-2 owners who were hurt by COVID or had issues because of COVID, supply chain issues, but you make the biggest money for when you have W-2 employees, you kept them on, you still paid them, you did the right thing, and this is money that you get for that. But there's other ways people can get qualified. If you had the nerve to start a new business during COVID, there's money out there for you just for starting the business. It's amazing how the people I can get money for that have absolutely no idea they can get this. And like I say, no money. I don't want to see a dime from them until we know they're approved and we know how much they're approved. So if they go to getyourerccheck.com, getyourerccheck.com with the employee retention credit, they can do the survey and they can call me prior anytime, 602-989-4200. But if they have a business and want to take a look at it, do the survey. It won't take you a long time to do it. If you see you get a pre-qualification, you'll have to upload your 941s and your payroll information for 2019, 20, and 21, and let the team go to work and let them do their thing.
There's no reason why you wouldn't do this, is there?
None. The only reason is people just, and it's understandable, they don't understand it. They have fear of it. There's the truth of the matter is there are lots of shysters out there taking advantage of people and asking for upfront money. Asking for upfront money, charging huge fees. It doesn't happen here. Again, they want to go look at their business, go through the pre-approval program. I'll help them every step of the way. If they get qualified, once they're qualified and their package is ready to be sent to the IRS, only at that time will they sign a contract. Only at that time will we determine if they want to pay 10% as a commission at that time when we're sending it to the IRS, or if we all wait till we get our money, it's 15%. But that is it. There's not going to be no money. I mean, we just want to help people. And that's how we get a lot of referrals, and we can help people like you who are doing righteous things. Again, it's the IRS is sending you a check for a change. So please take advantage of it. At least check it out. But you do have to have W-2 employees. Sorry, this is not a program for 1099s. But if you have W-2 employees from 1 to 500, let me see if I can get you some money. Like I said, I've gotten people anywhere from a few thousand to many hundreds of thousands of dollars.
If somebody asks for money up front, it's a scam.
It's a red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, I say this jokingly. Let me tell you. Sorry about that. I say this jokingly, but it's the truth. It's like the message we've all got on our computer from the guy in Nigeria who has billions of dollars. All you got to do is send him 1,500 and you'll get your piece.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. If you're going to tell people you're going to get them some money, they don't know you. They don't know me. I know it. It is what it is. But we'll never ask them for any money. And like I say, the fees are low, 10 or 15%. That's fair to get them money that they never imagined they can get. And at times, they get money that they are so shocked, so shocked.
This is honestly, this is an award, a reward. Sorry, not an award. This is an award that is given to you because you literally bit a bullet during COVID. You kept people working when it was tough out there. It was very hard to do. And you did the right thing. So why not let them take care of you for a change?
Exactly. But again, the amazing thing about it, and that's why, again, when you get over $2.5 billion for people so far, there are other ways they can get their money. If they, like I say, if they started a business during COVID, just for starting the business during COVID with W-2 employees, please go to getyourerccheck.com. You'll see it'll take you through the process based on your answers. It'll take you in different directions. But if you just started a new business during COVID after February 15th of 20, up till the end of 21, odds are you're going to get some money.
Well, Larry, I want to thank you very much for joining me tonight. And we're going to run just a minute over, but I wanted to share this. This is on your landing page. This is one of the videos that is on your landing page. So let's take a look at this.
$2 billion and growing fast. That's how much money clients of ERC Specialist have received so far through the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program, better known as ERTC or ERC. If you're a business owner with W-2 employees who was hurt by COVID, or if you were brave enough to start your business after February 15th, 2020, there is a great chance your business will qualify to receive your piece of the tens of billions of dollars that are still available through this program, even if you've already received PPP funds. You'll never be required to pay any fees until the IRS cuts and sends out your check. You won't be asked to sign any contract until your business is approved. You are under no obligation to do anything just to see if your business may qualify for ERC money. And you may be pleasantly surprised by the size of the check your business will receive. Go to the link below and take the survey or call 602-989-4200. Please take your time as the answers you give will be validated when you upload your 941s and payroll information. Go to getyourerccheck.com and take the survey. Click on the blue button to begin qualifying. You will receive follow-ups by phone, text, and email to ensure that all the proper documentation is collected to maximize the amount of money you will receive. And the money is not alone. It's yours to keep and spend any way you see fit. It takes a few weeks or less after receiving all your necessary documentation to determine if you qualify, to determine how much money you qualify to receive, and to have your packet ready to be sent to the IRS to process your check. You've got nothing to lose and potentially tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars to gain. Our low 15% recovery fee is due only after your check is processed and sent by the IRS. You may also choose a discounted 10% early pay option. That decision does not need to be made until your business is approved and your packet is ready to be sent to the IRS to process your check. The goal of ERC Specialist is to recover $40 billion for business owners from all 50 states. Let's start with getting money for your business. Then please forward this video to other business owners who also deserve to receive their share of the money. You've paid the IRS your entire life. Isn't it about time they gave some back? What are you waiting for? Pre-qualify your business today. Call 602-989-4200 or go to getyourerccheck.com and get your business qualified before this program expires.
I think one of the greatest things about that was where they said, you could make hundreds of thousands of dollars. And has there ever been anybody who's come to you, Larry, and they say, you know what, it's not worth doing this because, I'm going to go through all this work just to get my $15?
Oh, I had one lady. Well, that was the other thing I was going to mention. The fact that it's the same lady. I had a person who actually sold their business, sold it in 21. And she had absolutely no clue that she can get money. As long as she kept the EIN number and didn't sell that also, she qualified for money. And that's the same person who doesn't want to go through the rigmarole and uploading their paperwork. And, she was a different story because she had to go obtain her paperwork because she didn't have it handy anymore. But it's really not that difficult, especially if you got all your paperwork in order. And obviously, we are very anal about the paperwork. It has to be right. Obviously, we're doing something with the IRS to get money from them, so we want to make sure it's perfect. Like I said,
IRS and the words lackadaisical just don't fit together very well.
well, but if everything's in order, it's just But one thing I cannot promise is how long it'll take to get the money. Anyone who tells you that is just stone cold lying because it could take 4 months, it could take 8 months. Sorry that I keep, but obviously the quicker you get all your stuff in. I mean, I just got people qualified in 3 days. So they know they got money coming. It's just a question of when.
Well, we want to make sure that we let all these business owners know. Once again, you got to go to www.getyourercheck.com, www.getyourercheck.com, or you can call you at 1-602-989-4200. 602-989-4200. Larry, I am extremely happy that you were able to get in here before we shut this down. But thank you so very much, my friend. There is absolutely nothing to lose right here. There is only thousands of dollars to gain. One employee. I'm sorry.
Tens of thousands. I give an example: a small restaurant with 6 employees, he's getting like 44,000.
I think whatever you were swatting at just a second ago came here.
Yeah.
I don't know how it got from Arizona to here so quickly, but boy, that thing got here quick. So, but yeah, so look, we're not talking about chump change here.
No.
You helped change people's lives during COVID. Now you deserve help. Call Larry, 602-989-4200.
And
Let
just
him.
let's so everyone knows that if you know friends that we can help, we will still gladly give our donation towards your cause. So we are helping people. Anything we can do to help people. I mean, this is the most righteous job I've had in my life. Obviously, I get the IRS to write people checks. But believe me, this is for real. And please don't pre-qualify yourself. It takes a few minutes of your time just to check it out. Just go to getyourercheck.com, check it out, go through the process. You can put it on practice mode. You don't have to submit anything. And take a look at it, and you see just put in some numbers and see the astronomical amount of money people can get.
Yep. If you want some of the greatest stories in the world, call Larry. He can tell you what he's done for people. You can also find Larry on communitypayupforward.us. ERC specialist Larry Goldstein. Larry, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. I don't know what is wrong with my camera. Earlier, it went black, and now it's going white. I think I need a new camera already. So, computers. Oy vey. So, but I want to thank you very much. Larry, again, is a brand new partner to the program. He's fantastic, and he's willing to give. So not just to us, to somebody else, and to you. So please, if you have any questions, give him a call. 1-602-989-4200. 602-989-4200. You have nothing to lose. Tens of thousands to gain. No joke. Let's get you the money you deserve. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, guys. Great show tonight. A lot of stories, a lot of heartache, but we end on a great note. Let's get your money, and remember, people's lives, we're losing people. Okay. Situation's real. Let's come together. No one has to go it alone. When we all come together, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. Please love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you. Thank you very much. We'll see you on Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern. No, 3 o'clock Eastern. See, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, Larry. I don't even know what I'm doing. The camera's got me all messed up. So, but 3 o'clock Eastern right here, back on the pACT channel. Please have a great night. And remember, take care of each other. We're all we got. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Stepping out of her fear, bring me home. Out alone, show me the way. You wanna be a part of Sunset Boulevard.